Imagine a symbol that carries with it the secrets of the creation of the universe, a geometric pattern, simple at first glance, but which reveals truths so profound that understanding them could change the way we see reality. The flower of life, with its interlocking circles, is not just an aesthetic representation. It is the key to a deeper understanding of existence. But what does it really represent? And why, throughout history, has it been kept almost secret, like an encrypted message waiting to be deciphered? Many believe that the flower of life contains the code of creation, a mystical structure that reveals the interconnectedness of all. Life in the universe. The ancient Egyptians, Greeks, Hindus, and many other civilizations around the world left records of this sacred geometry, as if it were a universal language, transcendent to time and space. For those who can decipher its mysteries, it reveals the intrinsic functioning of the cosmos, the link between the physical and the spiritual, the infinite and the finite. In this video, we will explore the depths of this geographical figure and uncover the mysteries it contains, from its ancient symbolism to its practical applications in our everyday lives. The true meaning of the flower of life goes far beyond what its simple circles might suggest. Prepare yourself for a journey that not only reveals the secrets of creation, but also the paths to a profound and conscious transformation of your own reality. Let's start exploring the true essence of this sacred flower, and you will be amazed at what it has to offer. Now let yourself open your mind, because what you are about to discover is more than a simple theory. It's a cosmic awakening that can change your view of the world. The flower of life is not just a geometric pattern. It is a symbol that spans the pages of history, connecting ancient civilizations and their quests for spiritual wisdom and cosmic knowledge. Found in Egyptian temples, in the architecture of the great Mesopotamian civilizations, in works of art from ancient Greece, and even in sacred sites in India, the flower of life carries a deep and mysterious meaning. But why does it appear in so many different places, in different cultures, and why has it been preserved in such a secret way? Much research suggests that the flower of life is a universal symbol, a geometric map that describes cosmic order, the way in which the universe expands and organizes itself. But its true essence, for many centuries, was hidden. According to esoteric tradition, this sacred geometry contains the fundamental principles of creation and is closely linked to the concept of life, not just in the biological sense, but in the cosmic sense, where all life forms are connected by an invisible thread, a universal pattern of interdependence. The philosopher Plato, in his dialogues, referred to sacred geometry, considering it the language of God, and knew that whoever understood its secrets could access the true understanding of reality. Likewise, the Egyptian civilization, with its ancestral wisdom, incorporated the flower of life in several of its temples and monuments, such as the emblematic figure found in the Temple of Osiris in Abydos. There, Egyptian priests believed that the symbol not only represented creation, but also the possibility of transcendence, as a portal to higher knowledge. Even more fascinating is the connection to the mystery schools of ancient Greece, which see this symbol as the basis of spiritual alchemy, a path to enlightenment and union with the divine. Philosophers like Pythagoras were deeply immersed in the idea that geometry was the key to understanding cosmic laws and the human spirit itself. Pythagoras, in his quest for harmony and perfection, saw geometry as a reflection of universal order and believed that the flower of life was an expression of that order. Over the centuries, the flower of life has been forgotten or perhaps hidden for a reason that few have dared to question. It contains the potential to release wisdom so powerful that it could alter the way people understand life, the cosmos, and their own existence. As civilizations evolved and mystical knowledge was systematically suppressed, the symbolism of the flower of life became a key that could only be accessed, and many of these secrets were transmitted in occult form, disguised in other forms of art and architecture. But what exactly does it represent? Why did the ancients guard this symbol so jealously? The answer goes far beyond aesthetics or simple mathematics. The flower of life is a reflection of the structure of all existence, and its true understanding is a portal to a new vision of the cosmos, where life, death, and creation are not separate entities, but rather different faces of the same universal energy. It is a manifestation of the infinite in the finite, the microcosm and the macrocosm united. In the next few moments, we will explore not only what the flower of life represents, but how it connects with the laws of the universe, with the very DNA of reality. Prepare to discover how this symbol contains within its layers the secrets that the ancients sought and that are still waiting to be revealed. To understand the true meaning of the flower of life, we need to look at it through the lens of sacred geometry. The flower of life is made up of a series of intertwined circles that overlap, forming a pattern of perfect symmetry. The basic structure is made up of a series of interspersed circles, and this pattern repeats infinitely, creating a network of interconnections. This image, apparently simple, carries within it the secret of creation. At the heart of the flower of life, we find what many call the original form, or the matrix of creation. Each circle within this pattern can be seen as a point of origin, and their overlap forms a complex, interconnected network. Each of these points and circles has its own meaning, representing different aspects of creation. Through this geometry, the ancients knew that reality is not something fixed, but rather a dynamic process, a continuous movement of creation and transformation. To illustrate, imagine a flower of life as a seed from a plant. Each circle represents a part of that seed, each expanding and connecting with the others, until together they form an organic structure. Thus, this geometry is not just static, it is a reflection of the cyclical nature of life, with its constant renewal and evolution. This concept is even more intriguing when one observes that this pattern appears in several key points in nature. From the structure of cells and the pattern of flowers to the constellations in the sky, the flower of life can be seen as a reflection of the natural order that governs the universe. When examining the geometry of a flower, for example, we can observe that its specifications align according to a pattern similar to that of the flower of life. Each of the expectations grows in a way that follows a harmonic sequence, revealing a deep connection between the flower and the laws of universal geometry. Furthermore, the shape of the flower of life is also closely linked to the famous sacred proportion, also known as the golden number, a mathematical constant that appears in many natural features, such as the spiral of seashells or the arrangement of leaves on a plant. The golden number is often seen as an expression of harmony and balance in the universe. It manifests in the flower of life in a way that is not immediately visible, but is present in its mathematical and symmetrical construction. Although the flower of life may appear to be just a beautiful geometric shape at first sight, it possesses an immense depth that reveals itself when we look at its first structure and understand the secret language it conveys. It is not only a reflection of the cosmic order, but also a model that can be applied to a deeper understanding of the universe and how it manifests itself in all aspects of reality. The flower of life is not just a static representation of a geometric pattern. It is a form of communication, a language that transcends time and space, revealing the functioning of the cosmos. But what does it really teach us about creation and the nature of existence? What else is hidden in this pattern, waiting to be discovered? As we deepen our understanding of the flower of life, we begin to realize that it is not just a visual representation of creation, but a key to accessing deeper levels of understanding about the universe and our own existence. So let's look at some more advanced layers of what this symbol actually means. One of the most intriguing revelations in Flower of Life is its connection to the theory of universal creation. Many scientists believe that the flower of life symbolizes the very process of creation of the cosmos. The pattern of interlocking circles can be seen as a reflection of how primordial energy divides, organizes, and manifests in the physical world. In other words, the flower of life would be the divine recipe for how everything in the universe arises, organizes itself, and stays together, from the smallest subatomic particles to the vast galaxies. The circles that form the flower of life represent the fundamental units of creation, the seed, the beginning of everything. But as these forms expand and connect, new layers of reality emerge. Each new intersection creates a new pattern, a new possibility, a new reality. This process is a reflection of how cosmic energy manifests itself on the physical plane. Always expanding, always creating something new and interconnected. The flower of life is also deeply related to the idea of the cosmic matrix. From it, many esoteric symbols and concepts can be derived. A clear example of this is the so-called Metatron matrix, which is formed from the patterns contained in the flower of life. The matrix of Metatron, which is a more complex figure, derived from the flower of life, is considered a representation of sacred geometry that reveals the invisible forces that govern the universe. It is seen as a powerful tool for meditation and accessing higher states of consciousness. It is interesting to note that flower of life is also related to a profound concept in modern physics: quantum entanglement. These observations described as particles can be interconnected so intimately that a change in one particle immediately affects the other, regardless of the distance between them. This resonates with the structure of the flower of life, where all circles are connected and interconnected, creating a cosmic network where each part of the universe is actually in communion with every other. The geometric pattern reflects the unity and interconnectedness of all things, like a quantum field of energy where nothing is truly separate. Another fascinating aspect of the flower of life is its relationship with symmetry. Symmetry is fundamental to our understanding of universal harmony. In nature, symmetry is a sign of balance and perfection. It manifests itself in the geometric shapes of flowers, the arrangements of leaves, the shape of crystals, and even the structure of our own DNA. This suggests that the flower of life can be seen not just as a symbol, but as a reflection of the structure of life itself. Each circle within the flower of life is an expression of a greater unity, and the interaction between these units creates a perfect pattern, which is the basis for all life. Furthermore, the flower of life contains in its structure a profound paradox. It is both simple and infinitely complex. Its shape is made up of circles, something that we all regulate and that may seem trivial, but when we look deeper, we see that these circles expand and multiply into patterns that are invisible at first glance, but that are everywhere around us, in our own anatomy, in nature, and in the cosmos. This paradox, the simplicity that hides behind infinite complexity, is a reflection of the nature of the universe, apparently simple, but infinitely mysterious. By understanding these layers of meaning of the flower of life, we begin to understand that it is not just a visual pattern, but an expression of the fundamental structure of reality. But what else does she hide? How can we use this knowledge to access deeper dimensions of consciousness and spirituality? These are the questions we must explore now, for the flower of life not only contains the secrets of creation, but also offers a path for the evolution of our own consciousness. Now that we have unlocked the deep mysteries of the flower of life, a crucial question arises. How can we use this ancient symbol and its profound knowledge to transform our lives? The answer lies in integrating the teachings of the flower of life into our daily lives, not as simple contemplation, but as an active and powerful practice that can elevate our consciousness and bring harmony to our daily experiences. One of the first steps to working with the flower of life is through meditation. Meditating on this symbol, visualizing it in its purest and most perfect form, is a way of tuning in to universal geometry. By focusing on the flower of life, you can begin to notice how your mind aligns with the cosmic rhythms of the universe, experiencing a sense of unity and balance. During meditation, as you focus on the flower of life pattern, imagine that each circle represents a part of you, your emotions, your thoughts, your desires and fears, and see how all these aspects intertwine to form a harmonious reality. Another powerful practical exercise is to draw or paint the flower of life. The act of creating this geometry, whether on paper or on canvas, is a way of connecting with the cosmic creation process. As you trace the circles and form the intersections, you are symbolically participating in the creation of the universe itself. This process not only reinforces the connection with the creative energies of the cosmos, but also offers a space for reflection and self-discovery. Every line, every shape can awaken deep insights into yourself, into the patterns that govern your life, and into how you can shape your reality more consciously. Additionally, incorporating a flower of life into your everyday life can help create a more harmonious environment. Placing the symbol in your home, office, or even on your clothes can serve as a constant reminder of the order and interconnectedness that governs the universe. Many spiritualists claim that the presence of the flower of life in an environment can help balance energy and increase the feeling of well-being. Try placing it in strategic locations, such as at the entrance to your home, in the center of your meditation room, or near your bed, and notice how it can affect your energy and the dynamics around you. Another important aspect of the flower of life that can be used in a practical way is its connection with health and energy balance. According to esoteric traditions, geometric patterns such as the flower of life have the power to influence the flow of energy in our body. Working with crystals and precious stones approved with this symbol can help to amplify and harmonize the energetic vibrations of our auric field. For example, by meditating with crystals such as amethyst or rose quartz and visualizing the flower of life around them, you can improve your ability to release energetic blockages and promote spiritual and emotional healing. In addition to meditation and working with crystals, another practical way to apply the flower of life to your life is to reflect on your own life as a reflection of this cosmic pattern. Look at the cycles that repeat in your life, the family patterns, the relationships, the situations that seem to open up in a cyclical way. Ask yourself how these cycles intertwine and whether you are creating a harmonic or dissonant pattern. By becoming aware of these patterns, you can begin to make more conscious choices that align your life with the principles of universal harmony represented by the flower of life. Finally, the true practical application of the flower of life lies not in merely observing its pattern or knowing it intellectually, but in living according to the understanding it offers about the unity and interconnectedness of all things. When you register that just as each circle in the flower of life is part of an interconnected network, you are also part of a vast and intricate cosmic system. Your actions, thoughts, and specifically the reflection of this truth. You come to see yourself not as an isolated entity, but as a vital part of a larger creation where every choice you make reverberates in the universal fabric. Apply Flower of Life to create harmony, align your energy, and awaken a deeper understanding of the cosmos and your own spiritual journey. By doing this, you connect with an ancestral power capable of transforming your consciousness, your health, and your destiny. The Flower of Life is not just a symbol, it is a path to truth, an open door to forgotten wisdom, waiting to be discovered in each of us. If you really dedicate yourself to living according to the teachings contained in the Flower of Life, surrender to realizing that life becomes more fluid, more certified, more guaranteed with the divine. There are no limits to the transformations that can arise when you allow yourself to be part of this eternal cosmic dance. The Flower of Life is more than just an ancient symbol. It is a key that reveals the secrets of creation and the true nature of the cosmos. Throughout this video, we uncover the deep layers of this geometric symbol, from its apparent simplicity to the infinite complexity it represents. Through the Flower of Life, we can glimpse the perfect intertwining of all things in the universe, perceive the fundamental geometry that governs creation, and understand the unity that connects all that exists. The Flower of Life invites us to look beyond the surface, to seek the divine pattern that permeates all reality, and in doing so, shows us that each of us, each moment and each action, has a purpose and a connection to the whole. It teaches us that we are part of a continuous movement of creation, an interconnected cosmic network, where everything manifests itself in harmony and perfection. By integrating the Flower of Life into our spiritual practice, our meditations, and even our daily choices, we can begin to live in accordance with the universal laws that govern the universe. This is not just a quest for intellectual understanding, but a transformative journey that allows us to access ancient wisdom, aligning our lives with the cosmic energies that sustain existence. Now, the real question that remains is, are you ready to live this truth? Are you ready to allow the Flower of Life to reveal your deepest secrets and transform your consciousness? In doing so, you are not only unlocking the mystery of the cosmos, but you are also beginning a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment that could change the course of your life forever. At the end of this video, remember that the universe is always expanding, just like the Flower of Life. Each of us has the power to create, transform, and align ourselves with the cosmic flow. What you choose to do with this knowledge now could be the beginning of a new reality for you. The Flower of Life, with its power and mystery, is waiting to guide you every step of this journey. If you are ready to further explore the hidden truths of the universe, subscribe to the channel, leave your comment, and share your experiences. With this sacred symbol, together, we can continue to unlock the secrets of the cosmos and awaken to the wisdom that has always been in front of us.